Hey everybody, welcome back. Here today what we're going to do is do a splash page in Manga Studio EX4. It's a program I just got a couple of weeks ago. I was using their free demo, but it had a lot of things, that weren't able to be used. So I went out and bought the full version, and for usually was $300. I got it for $98 on eBay. And what we're doing right now here is opening up a full page, and I'm going to sketch a splash page. It's a pretty good program. I like it a lot, and you see that it has a lot of tools geared towards making comic books, tools that you really use, and a lot of things are pre-made already, such as pre-made brushes and pencils and things like that. Whereas in Photoshop, as great as it is, if you don't really know what you're doing, you have to create a lot of your brushes and to simulate the effects of real tools. Whereas in Manga Studio, these tools and brushes are already created for you. So as you can see right now, we're in what's called the sketch panel, where this is basically a preliminary sketch. And we're on a layer using a blue pencil, sketching out my first character in the foreground. And I've always been looking forward to going digital, not almost completely digital, but digital for the most part of creating roughs and doing all the preliminary work before I do my final, which I'm going to print these pages out and then finishing the detail and finish the inking, with the real tools. One thing is great about this is that you can do all your preliminary work out your ideas, and then remove, reshape, and refit it any way you like. Roughing in this body. It's going to be a male character of mine. It's going to be in the foreground. This took over an hour. Well, even more than that. As you'll see later on through the video, and I'm have to do this over stretched out over 2 or 3 videos, that it became a little bit difficult in the shooting because I tried to use my camera to show you how I did my detail, but I'm working these things out. Really rough time with that hand. Wasn't loving that hand. You can see right there, I created a new layer, or I'm about to create a new layer. Yeah, so I'm going to start sketching out the secondary character. Now, this character is on its own separate layer, and I keep the first layer on temporarily to line it up, and then I just totally shut it off, so now I can just work on this character independently. This is sped up like 4, this probably was like 30 minutes. I'm squeezing it down into like 8.5 minutes. We're going to finish drawing in my reference lines. Now, I definitely am using reference, some internet reference for me, using reference, my drawings always come out better when I use reference. Right there, I created a new layer so I can then tighten up the body and get a basic idea of what I'm looking for and get rid of the squiggly lines and everything. And then I'm going to delete that first layer, that underneath layer. See, deleted that underneath layer, and now here we go. I'm going to create another layer and start working on the third pose. And again, keeping those other ones on at first so I can see where I'm going to place my character in relationship to the other characters. Shut off the other two layers and finish this character out. You should always draw out, I think, you know, your character completely, even though those parts are hidden, but you never know what you're going to do. You may move things, rearrange things. So what you think right now may not show will show up later on when you do the resizing or try to figure out what's a better look. So, you know, right now I'm still learning this program. And of course, you could take this Manga Studio and create an entire comic from beginning to end, completely digital, from scratch, you know, from the roughs all the way through to finished pages and print it out. Now, we're still learning here. So I'm doing a combination of things of, like I said before, roughing out my layout and then printing it out on paper and finishing it that way. But as we, you know, progress, we're going to do a lot more on the digital side. Here I'm resizing my character to fit on the page, you know, which is really great. You know, if I was doing this traditionally, I'd be totally screwed. I have to erase everything and restart the drawing all over again. So this will be part one of this, you know, quick rough sketch. And then we're going to come back with other videos to finish this up in the next couple of days. So keep watching, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.